Hello, hello. Hi.
Hello.
I'm testing if my microphone is working. Is it?
I can hear you. Yes.
I can hear you too.
I want to make sure because I came on live here before you. So, which as a co-host, I'll admonish you is a little unprofessional. I expect
No, you did not
professionalism.
come online before
I
me.
did come on live before
I
you.
had to
It's
allow
okay.
you on here. Okay, so
Uh,
let's
this is
keep
not
it
my first
PG.
time joining here. This is not my first time joining this. So I joined this like a minute ago. You weren't here, so
Wow.
just
Just
uh,
calling me out right. Okay, do you know what? You've
right
actually
away.
set the tone. You've
Yeah.
set the tone for this
Yeah.
conversation.
Let's go.
And I was hoping that I would go easy on you, but
Mm-hmm.
fuck that. I'm not. Excuse my Portuguese, but F that.
All right. I want all
So
the smoke. I'm here. I'm ready.
you
I'm
want
ready.
okay,
I want all the
good.
smoke.
Okay. Well, I have my hot tea here
I got
as
some
well
water.
as something a little bit hotter.
I want to get hot tea, but I was like, let's do water. I don't think she's going to make me sweat. Like, I don't. There's no risk of that. So let's just.
Make me sweat, make
Hey.
me water. Abi, is that not how the song goes?
Yeah, make me lose my mind.
No, I'm gonna try not to make you lose your mind because
Oh no, I
I
can't,
sus-
man.
I suspect growing up in Lagos already did that for you. So
Already now I strengthened my mind. I don't think
really
you people and your weak acquired childhoods can like affect me or anything. So
weak. Let's
as
get into it
as an honorary Lagosian, like what?
because I mean you're talking about weak. You had to run back up, but we'll talk about that. You run away from
I
Lagos,
didn't. I was
but
kidnapped back home. I didn't
we
run
would
back home. I
we'll
was
talk
kidnapped.
about
I was
that.
kidnapped.
But yes, welcome back to my show. If you're just joining us, this is Healthy Bands with Aidi, and I have my lovely co-hosts here, UK, and we'll be talking about growing up in Lagos versus growing up in Akwa Ibom. I grew up in Akwa Ibom State, a very
Mhm.
lovely, peaceful, beautiful
Land of
state,
promise.
the land of promise and of fulfillment. Let's be clear.
Akwa Ibom State.
Akwa Ibom State.
Eh,
And my co-host grew up. The early part of his relationship was growing up in Nigeria, was in Lagos, and I will be questioning him. I hope he's ready. I'll be questioning him about what that childhood looked like and how, that compares to what I experienced in Akwa Ibom. So I'm really interested because I've heard a lot of people when you're outside Nigeria, the first thing they say to you when you tell them you're from Nigeria is, "Oh, do you live in Lagos?" You know,
there's more to
and
Nigeria than Lagos.
yeah, and I go, no, I did not live in Lagos. I did not grow up in Lagos. And they always do not know what to say as follow up after that. Because it's like, do you think Nigeria is just Lagos? It's not.
Hmm.
So I am excited for us to explore today's topic. And hopefully, our people that are coming on here to ask you really tough questions will come with those questions and you
Bring
could
the
answer
smoke.
them.
I'm ready.
Okay. So without wasting any time,
Wait. Before we start,
let's get into
let's
it.
no.
What?
Before we start,
Okay.
I love the jean jacket. By the way, let's you're showing out today. You're showing out. You're showing out. So I have to acknowledge that you accessorized really well, looking very hydrated. So yeah,
Thank you.
is that new hair? Because it's changed from last week too. So
I know I had to come out with something new just to disguise and hopefully you would not notice, but you did. So I'm glad you can I'm glad that you're observing
hey,
and
some of
you're
us are actual fans. We like to appreciate. So
thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, well now that you have talked about my fashion.
that was to butter you up. So
I
this
know.
this spice you're coming with to be less hot. But anyways, I'm here for the smoke. Bring all the
Okay.
spice. As an honorary Yoruba man, there's no
As an
amount of pepper
honorary
you
member.
can't give me that I will not, that I cannot take. So let's
Okay.
go.
Let's get into it. The first
Mhm.
one I'm going to ask you is, did you
Yes.
have a houseboy or a house girl growing up in Lagos?
Well,
Be
I think
honest. Be honest,
the
though.
politically
About get
correct
on
term,
say.
first of all, I'm offended by the term houseboy, house girl. The politically correct term is house help.
Okay. Did
Is
you
that
guys
is
have
that
house
politically
help?
correct?
Did you
I
have
don't feel
house
like.
help or house?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. In
You
Lagos, yes,
in Lagos. Okay.
yes, we did.
How long did you have your house help for?
I see the narrative you're building towards, but
That
let's
was my
go.
first question. You said you
Okay.
wanted all the smoke.
All right. So
Let's
yes,
go. I'm
growing
not
up,
even
yes,
done. I'm not. This is the beginning.
growing up, yes, we did have house helps in Lagos. It was usually mostly people from Akwa Ibom or like.
I was about to ask you. That was going to be my next question. Who were
Actually, I'll
you?
correct that. No, when we moved to Lagos, it was a mixture because it's through like I guess I don't know how you find house helps, but it was a mixture. Because I remember a bunch that I don't know if they were BBO or not. I don't remember my mom speaking to them in a BBO because my mom would always speak to, if they were that's how you know they were BBO. My mom would speak to them. So, but yes, I did have them growing up all through in Lagos. Yes,
That was my first question, and you
yes.
answered the second one because the second one was going to be, where were the house helps from?
No, it was. I don't think it was just Akwa Ibom. We're not trying to push that stereotype here that Akwa Ibom people are house helps, house boys, house girls.
But also, at least you were giving them employment. So hey,
Eh,
that's something. Okay, well, that's my
yes.
first question. I will let you go with your own first question before I go with my next.
Ooh, my first question. What do you love the most about just being young, growing up in Akwa Ibom? What's like when you think back? What specific memories stand out the most?
Um, my most my biggest and dearest memory from childhood growing up
Hmm.
in Akwa Ibom. And you have to remember this period. I grew up for the first 7 or 8 years of my life. I grew up in Ibiona. So we're talking of there's Akwa Ibom, there is Uyo, the
Oh,
city, and then there is,
strictly Beyond era.
the
The strictly the
suburb.
Beyond era.
I mean, we traveled, but that's where our
Yeah,
family.
let's okay. Because childhood is very wide, right? Let me narrow
It
it down.
is. Okay.
Before you were 8, what's
Before
yeah that period from 0 to 8? What
my
memories? Yeah, what are your favorite memories from then? Give me two.
Okay, two. The
Growing up in
first
Akwa
one,
Ibom.
the first one is hanging out with my grandparents, whether it was my mom's side or my dad's side.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one. I looked forward to seeing my grandparents from my mom's side because they lived in Ikorabasi, so it was far. So we looked forward to it as a child. Yeah, you're from
Yes, yeah.
Ikorabasi.
Hey.
That was one, and then we saw my dad's parents. We saw them every Sunday because we lived closer to my grandparents, my father's parents. So we saw them every Sunday, and that was great. So that was the first one, the most
Mm-hmm.
years seeing my grandparents and family and all of that. The second one has nothing to do with my family. So it had to do with this man that came to visit my dad. I don't know if it was my dad's friend or business partner, but I remember that he came to visit and he did not live too far away, so he didn't drive. He rode on his bicycle to just come and hang out with my dad. And then I remember my dad had this really strong alcoholic drink.
Mm-hmm.
Normally he had alcohol that he would use to entertain guests, and we used to celebrate. But this particular one was really strong, and I remember my dad telling this his friend to drink with caution, and we're all like we're kids, so like I'm washing glasses, I'm setting, bringing the CNO, the visitor stuff
And
to
you know,
serve, right, to serve the visitor, and then I remember dad telling him that this is really strong, this is new, we've not tried this before, da, da, da. And this man is like, oh no, it's alcohol. I got this. Like,
Okay.
and yeah, so
Pride comes before a
he
fall.
takes
Let's go.
more, right, he takes more shots. And you have to think, this is before I was 8. I'm really young. So he takes more shots than he's supposed to, that my dad sort of recommended. And he was like, okay, yeah, he's cool. So meeting is over, his visit is over, and then he starts to leave. I just remember that we heard a crash because we lived up a hill, and we heard a crash in one of our flower beds, and we're like, what's going on? Let's go out and check. The whole family went out to go see what was going on. This is around maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m.
Mhm.
Lo and behold, my dad's friend is and his bike are inside our flower like garden. Like,
In his defense, though, flower beds turn into roads at night, especially after you've had like two,
listen,
three shots in you. So
that
yes.
remains one of my favorite childhood memories. Seeing this man fallen over drunk in our flowers. Yeah, I still remember it, and I'm like, when I'm sad, I remember it, and I'm like, fun times.
Did he have any excuse when you guys came over? Like, I don't you like, are you
No,
okay?
my dad
Like,
helped him up, and he sat, on our front porch for a bit until he was able to ride back home. But yeah, that helped him not to brag anymore because he was really like, it's alcohol. I got this. Like, go about do for
you come on through for no, you.
Ibaga, Ido for stronger. So yeah, so that was one of my favorite um, stories growing
Oh,
up.
Victory. That's my brother that just commented. Oh,
Hey, Victory,
hey,
that's my
Victory, what's up?
friend Imavon. Hey, my friends are here too. Hey, Angelis Pons. I don't know who that is, but hi, welcome. Okay, so are you ready for your second question?
Yes, fire, fire, fire. So far, I haven't got any heat, too, but sure, let's go.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
well,
go.
because the first one I think was pretty hard. Do you have any house help? And there you are telling us you had house helps from a quiet room. That was pretty hard.
Allegedly, allegedly. I haven't confirmed. Allegedly.
Okay, next question. How was your relationship like in okay, so growing up
Hmm.
um I have 3 siblings. So growing up the house was always pretty full, especially in the mornings. But we always had morning devotions and prayer times and all of that. And I know that many Akwa Ibom families in Akwa Ibom do that, but I do not know. I'm not saying, families don't pray together in Lagos, but I just do not know. I don't know much about that life. So how was it, juggling relationship with God and church and family? How was all of that for you guys? I'm hoping that this is before you moved back to Akwa Ibom. So when you were
Okay,
in
so when
Lagos,
we're in Lagos, all right. So,
yes.
first of all, as a kid, in growing up in my mom's, with my mom, Mrs. Grace Sanda, there was no juggling anything. You did what she said, and my mom is very, very passionate about God. So yeah, morning devotions were basically like mini church services. Like, well, okay, when we moved to Akwa Ibom is when they really, really became mini church services. My
Uh-huh.
mom babied us into it while we were in Lagos, but we always still had morning devotion.
You
Of
didn't have
course, like
like long fasting prayers and
in
like
Lagos,
sessions in
I'll
Lagos.
be honest, because I don't have any memory. I don't really have memories of fasting as a kid, because we lived in Lagos from when I was 4 to when I was 7.
Uh-huh.
So it's like 4 years, like 4 to
Okay.
like 7 turning 8. So
Okay.
I really don't remember. I remember the morning devotions, like we would wake up, would pray and stuff, do like an
Mhm.
hour, 2 hours at the worst. But yeah, 2 hours usually on like maybe a weekend, like a Saturday morning. But yeah, we
Right.
had the morning devotions. Church, yeah, I mean, growing up, we're basically a Redeem House, RCCG. So we used to go
Okay.
to so when we were in Lagos, I think we went to two churches. One was Redeemed Christian Church of God, Beautiful Gate, and I can't remember the second one. The second one was one we used to go to before we moved to Rio. Can't remember the name. Ugh. If my siblings, I don't know if my siblings remember the name. If
By
guys,
the
you
way,
know the name, put it,
my brother is here
type it
saying
in the chat.
hi, Gideon Yang. That's my brother too. So
Oh,
I
my
guess
sister just commented. Don't forget the addition of tambourine for morning devotion. Yeah, yep. Like our morning
tambourine at
devotion.
home.
Yes, we would
That's
have praise and worship
wild.
for morning devotion. We would have my mom would preach, and then we'll have Bible study. It was, I'm saying, it was really mini church. I'm not playing. We even have
How about your
testimony.
dad? How about your dad? What was your dad's role in this? Because that was my mom too, but like
Hmm.
in Akwa Ibom. However, my dad was like, we can't be having church at home and like what's going on? And so I don't know, like how did your dad fit into these elaborate mini
My dad was
services?
also there, but usually it seems like it's a common thing that it's the women that take the lead when it comes to morning devotion in our Bible. My dad would just be there. Some mornings you can tell my dad is like tired and yeah, my mom used to my sister just commented. So my mom will walk around
I
from room
saw
to
it.
room singing to
I'm
wake
so
us
glad my
up.
mom did not buy a tambourine because listen, she would have been using that to wake us up in the morning.
It
Uh,
was as a kid, it was low key annoying because once I hear that time, I'm just like, because when we moved to Akwa Ibom, morning devotions got longer during the weekends. Like our
mhm.
morning devotion, I'm not kidding, would end at noon. We would start around
No,
like
because
8.
life
It's
is
like a
slower in
3 hour
Akwa
thing.
Ibom. Yeah, life is slower in Akwa Ibom. So where are you
Too
rushing off
slow.
to? There's
No,
no traffic.
I still had that Lagos rush in me. I was like, no, no, I have morning cartoons to watch. Let's wrap this up, please. Because, yeah.
Yeah, that's my cousin Divine saying, yeah, morning devotion. He knows because he's lived with my mom, so he knows
Yeah. And my house
exactly
is
what
like a
it
full
is.
house. So my cousins did live with us too. So
Uh,
in Lagos, yeah, I also had like some of my mom's, like two of my mom's step siblings lived with us at one point.
uh-huh.
My cousin lived with us. My grandma, like on and off, would live with us. Yeah, my brother, I remember, was 8 a.m. to 12 noon in New York.
That's
But in
wild.
Lagos, it was like 8 a.m. to like maybe 10, because Lagos, we have things to do.
Yeah,
So, but yeah.
that is wild. I mean, like my dad would, and I loved when my dad led
Hmm.
morning devotions. Don't get me wrong, he would be there supporting his wife whenever she was going off. But when my dad led morning devotion, you know it's gonna be just 1 hour. Like my dad is very,
Yes, my dad the same
like
thing. I used to low key, but my dad
I
was
used
mostly
to
a supporting
love.
character because once the one
Yeah,
that he lead is quick, and then my mom is smart too. You women are very. When my mom notices things are moving too fast, you start adding the
she
extra.
was
That's
like, I
when
know, I
testimony
know.
and special number came in. My mom would now ask my sister, "Do you have a special? Come and sing something." And in my head, I'm like, "No, like we were on a good this thing. Let's keep
What's
it going."
happening? Yeah, that
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That happened to us too. See, this is so funny because I love how we started talking about what would have been like differences. But honestly, this has brought us together because this happens too. On Saturdays, forget about breakfast. In fact, forget about preparing for lunch because you're going to have just dinner. Okay. You need to fast, give your heart to the Lord, stop thinking about food. So, this
Sister
is.
comment. When mommy switches to BBO when she's praying, you know that you're not leaving that place because hell is in trouble.
Yes, because whatever Jesus did apparently to the devil, our parents or our moms feel the
You
need
know
to
what
like
skits that
reinforce.
reminded me of our morning devotions was this skits. This comedian on YouTube, Ebiye, Victor Ebiye. Do you know Victor Ebiye?
I know him, but I don't really watch a lot of his kids.
Oh, he has one skit where like him and his mom are sitting clearly morning devotion. She's like singing and he's eating and he takes a spoon and his mom turns and like smacks his mouth, smacks the spoon out of his mouth and stuff.
First of all,
I
where
was
are you carrying food to? It's morning devotion. The
exactly
kitchen is locked. What are you
that
talking
skit
about?
triggered me. I was like, I can 100% see my mom doing that to me if I tried that rubbish. Like I
Yeah,
wouldn't even.
you
I can
know,
read the room.
I just remember that I remember my eldest sister, and she's probably gonna kill me for this one. I remember my eldest sister, she like, you know how kids just did that morning devotion is like, especially when you know you have chores to do after that, and then you prepare and go to school. My eldest sister, she was not having it. She was literally the only one that would would still be sleeping when my mom was like, "It's morning devotion," and I
Oh,
learned
sad mind.
you don't want my mom to come at you with hanger and fucking anything that she can grab just wake up. So I'd wake up, go sit down there. My sister would still be sleeping, and I'm like, "Why are you doing this? You know, mom is just gonna come in, and you guys are gonna fight. Like, don't." Anyway, so that was the only thing. I saw my sister going through it, so I learned not to. I'm like, okay, so get up, go out, sit in the living room, and just wait.
Oh,
Just
we have to
behave.
cooperate because if we didn't cooperate, my mom would be like, "People are not watching TV today." She would take the DSTV smart card. So it was like it's in your own best interest to cooperate, or else process would be a lot more painful for you.
My
Cooperate.
goodness. Yeah. Wow. That is something. I'm sure my mom is gonna watch this because she watches my shows. She's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like, "This girl, this girl, this girl." But anyway, she will laugh because yeah. And I sort of I think I took a good lesson from that, just um being able to have that consistent relationship with God. Obviously doesn't have
Hmm.
to be as dramatic all the time, but just having that relationship with him whenever it is that you've set aside. I think that's what I learned from that whole process. um that's my brother saying order of devotion, long prayer, hymns from a fake hymn book, short prayer, daily
Daily guy,
devotion,
final prayer.
and then final prayer. And Lord help you if there are no testimonies.
Oh, the hymn book, man. When my mom got an Ibibio hymn book, no, I think we even had an Ibibio Bible. So sometimes, oh, this is another thing my mom used to do. We'll read different Bible translations. If somebody has NIV, we also have to read King James. Then where's the Efok Bible? Yeah, read it in Efok.
Like, mommy, it's the
Let's hear it.
same. Let's see the same
And
language.
in my head, I'm like, it's the same word. Yes, okay. This one had dos. The other guy
Mm,
had modern English,
that's
but it's the same word. I get what he's saying. Please, please, please. Let's hurry up.
yeah.
Let's hurry
Did you
up.
guys ever have sessions where, and I loved this one. Okay, so we did not read different versions of the Bible, but
Hmm.
I really, really enjoyed this one. I think it's something I will do with my kids, is having the kids like go around and tell what the Holy Spirit has inspired them through what we just read. That one I enjoyed because I got to share my own perspective even as a child, and I got to hear my parents sort of either acknowledge what I'm saying to be similar to what they felt before, or just being able to tell, right? Yeah, that my our dad was very, very, he's like the time conscious. So if he had to be out of the door at 7:30 for a meeting, his prayer is ending in 30 minutes. Like, I don't care what needs to happen. Go read the rest of the Bible.
No, no. It was a
Like,
Saturday and my dad has somewhere to be. My dad can go. The rest of you are staying. You are still going to finish this morning devotion.
actually, I forgot that happened on Saturdays. If
Yes.
my dad left, you're staying. We're
Hmm.
fasting. But yeah, so I did enjoy that as part of the praying morning devotion process.
Hmm.
Okay, whose turn is it? I think that was my
Oh, it's my
question.
turn.
Yeah.
So, since your siblings are here, you can't like Gideon is here. Gideon will call you out. Growing up,
My brother will support me, even
who
if
was the
I'm
most
wrong.
troublesome person? Because I low-key want to know who caused the most chaos in the house. If something was going down, who's the first culprit? And
Oh,
I know the answer, but I want you to say it.
I'm going to allow my brother to also respond to this in the comments, but um I think I was, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't
I
think you
think I
think. I
was.
think you. I'm sure you were, but go on. Yes.
I think I was one, and at some point it stopped because the reason it used to be like that was, I think I was overly pampered. So I am I'm the last girl. I have two elder sisters,
Your daddy's baby.
beautiful, strong women. And I thought, you know what? Since I'm the last girl, I don't got to do shit. That was a lie. Because when my grandma came to visit us, she made sure I did shit. She was like, she told my mom, this one, the way you're
This is
letting
what you
her,
have to watch. Hmm.
exactly. She was like, this, the way you're letting her think she shouldn't be doing anything and just like staying here and be catered for, she'll be trouble. That's what my grandma said. And I love her dearly. And And that was the first time my mom also hit me because she had said I should do something after my grandma had to talk with her. And I was like, who, me? Since when?
Since when?
Since when did I start doing things in the house? And my mom hit me. And that's, you've not asked me what is one of my worst childhood memories. That's one of it.
Really? The first time your mom spanked you?
The first time my mom hit me aggressively, and I still feel it till tomorrow because my grandma caused her to.
How was it? Was
Because
it a backhand or like what was
it
it?
was, I can't remember, but it was on mine. It was right here on my
Ooh.
back, and the way I was standing, the slap entered. That's all
Oh
I can
no.
remember
I
because it
usually
it pushed me forward. Like that's how hard it was. It pushed me forward. I was like, my mom has never hit me in this way. She's obviously disciplined to me before, but she hadn't hit me out of me not doing what she said I
yeah.
should do. So yeah, I'm glad because honestly, I would have been spoiled rotten. Like I would have been horrible if I did not start doing chores and did not start just calming the fuck down because I had a lot
So
of
the chores
energy.
calmed you down. You stopped. So after the chores started, you stopped
Yeah,
being
I
the
started
troublesome
being
person in the house.
responsible. I started knowing, okay, I had something to do that I had to do. So
Mm.
I started thinking more responsibly. But before then, I was like, the world is my playground until my grandma came.
To rain on your
Yeah,
parade.
yeah. Anyway, what was the question again?
Who was the most troublesome person in your house? But
Me,
I knew it was going to be you. I wanted to just hear it. Yeah.
me. My brother was very calm. He still is. He's not troublesome at all. Um, my eldest sister is very calm as well. Um, very calm as well. My immediate senior sister is, she's also troublesome, and I think I took a lot of her troublesomeness and then I hiked it. I was like, to the moon with this troublesomeness. And yeah, so I was a troublesome person growing up.
I mean, I wouldn't claim to be the most troublesome in my house, but
I don't
usually
think you were
stuff.
the troublesome person. Like I can
I
tell. I
was,
actually
I
don't think
was.
you were.
No, I was 100. My siblings
Really.
would tell you yes. If anything was going down in the house, I was either
Victory,
instigating or
favor, please
causing
come
it.
on here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. My siblings after me, my sister, my brother, they are especially my brother, very chill people.
I don't think favor agrees.
See, you see what I
Oh,
mean?
he was the ringleader.
Yep. Yep. Like Favor Victory. Favor was troublesome too. Favor was a load. Victory was just young then. So the trouble was just
Oh,
mostly age. But yeah,
you
unfortunately
were
I
the.
was and I'm proud of it too, to be
Did you
honest.
ever?
That house needed the trouble from time to
Okay,
time.
but what about being troublesome in terms of like outside the house?
Oh no. I don't think none of us were really troublesome outside the house. All my chaos was just I had all the smoke for just the house, for everybody in the house.
Your sister just exposed you. She said he locked us in a room
Okay,
at
no,
some point
we're
and
not.
the door
Okay,
was
Favor, don't
jammed.
drop any stories, please. Let's not. No,
I need to get Favor on here. Favor needs to be my co-host, not
no,
you, because
no. Favor expose everything. No, yeah, that story. Yes, I locked. I think it was Favor and
what's going to
Victory.
happen to your political career when you become an ambassador? And then
Oh,
we
I'll
find
pay off
out
all my
that
siblings. All my siblings are
you're
signing
locking your
NDAs.
siblings inside
My siblings
rooms.
are signing NDAs if I'm going into politics.
Oh,
That's not even. They can't talk. I'm buying
I feel
their
like I
silence.
should have my entire village sign an NDA when I'm going into politics because, like,
Yeah, my
you
siblings
can't
have
be
too many
granting
stories that would.
interviews.
Yeah, the story where I allegedly locked them in the room. Why did I you know, some of these things, when I even think back, I don't know the logic behind. I don't remember the logic behind it. Because as a kid, genuinely was vibes. I only listened to my intrusive thoughts, so that's why I can't justify anything. I think I had an intrusive thought. Let me lock my siblings in the room as a joke, and then the door jammed, and I couldn't open the door, and we had to get a carpenter to come and break the door down.
What did your
Yes.
parents say when they found out?
I don't think my parents knew. I think it was just my cousins that handled it, so I think I was lucky there.
Oh, okay.
I
Gee,
don't think my parents knew.
remind me not to ever be left alone in the same room with you.
Yeah, I used to. Oh, my mom. Okay, then I guess my mom was annoyed. I don't think she.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably did not care because you were like, "Ugh, it's just one trouble, and left us and went to work. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something. Okay, I have more questions, and I'm trying to see which of the questions is PG because I know we are keeping it
We are
till
keeping it PG, please. We are
and
keeping
plus
it
we're
PG.
talking about like really early
Yeah, it's early
childhood.
childhood.
Like it's this is not high school stuff, which I hope we can talk about it next time. We can talk about our lives in secondary school in Nigeria and how that was. All right. So my next question is: since you grew up in since when you guys moved to Lagos, did you was vacationing a thing? Because growing up in Akwa Ibom, it wasn't. At least not for my family. The most vacations would be going to visit family, like long vacations like that. Otherwise, you stay in your house, you read your books, and you look after your farm. So, what what was that like for you? Did you guys go on many vacations as
Any vacations?
child?
No. Growing up when we were in Lagos, the only I only remember two vacations, and it was to Akwa Ibom. That's why they stand out. One and yeah, I think it was like when we started like the vacations. It started like I think 99, I think, or 2000. One of them. But yeah, so we came to Akwa Ibom. We drove down. Would stay with like my parents, like my parents' friends.
Hmm.
So first time we stayed with my parents' friend. I don't know whose friend, but it was like their friend. Her name was Mary. She had kids too and stuff. She had like a little goat farm in her compound. So
Oh, nice.
which was perfect because like going from like because when we moved to Lagos, when we lived in Uyo, our compound was like a big, so
Hmm.
and like two houses there. My cousin stayed in one house, my auntie and my cousin stayed in one, we stayed in the other one. So I grew up with my cousins. I didn't even used to eat in my house. I'll go to my cousin's house to eat. My mom would send my food to to my auntie's house, so I'll eat it there.
Yeah.
And then we moved to Lagos. We're staying in an apartment. Lagos is small apartment.
Hmm.
My mom didn't let us out. We're just in the apartment every day, all the time. So going on vacation to you where it was a big compound again, we could run around. Oh, I loved it. Like
Yeah.
play with the goats and all that. It was really fun as a kid. And then the
That's
next
fun.
year, went to another friend's house. So that's what we did. And then I think the year after that was when we moved back to you. Well, they scammed us. We kidnapped, technically, in my opinion. But yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what you mean. You were kidnapped. But
Yes.
apart from that, because I know you're talking about this is in the 2000s, 2019, 90, da, da,
Mm.
da. I think you guys may have still been in Lagos whenever there was some sort of like bomb blast or bombing thing that happened in Lagos. Um,
Yes, we went to the Calabar Carnival and all that is after we moved to you. That's as teenagers. But
oh, okay.
the bomb blast, yes, I remember that. So my mom had just started her school. She wasn't around. So my auntie Helen used to come from Uyo to come stay with us when my mom wasn't
Hmm.
around. She
Hmm.
was my favorite auntie growing up because she used to buy chewing gum for us, and my mom
Yeah.
used to let us chew chewing gum or anything like that. So she would sneak it into us, or even cola nuts
Oh,
too, which is why I like cola nuts. I eat
really?
cola nuts
Cola nuts? Cola nuts is
because
bitter. It's
I
for
don't.
old people.
Yeah, she used to eat it also, and I tried it out of curiosity, and I don't know, I was into it, and I still like cola nuts till now.
Hmm.
So wherever she'll come from, I'll look forward to her coming from you because I know she's
What is
buying
cola
cola nuts.
nuts in Akwa Ibom?
Okay, don't embarrass me now. I thought we're friends. Why are you trying to embarrass me like this in front of people? Well, yeah, what is it in Ibibio? What's
Now
cola
you dey
nuts?
chop cola nuts now. What's cola nuts in Ibibio?
I do. I feel like I knew it at one point because there's isn't there a separate word for cola nut and one for bitter cola? Like they are two separate. Or am
Bitter,
I?
bitter cola?
Yeah,
Say
bitter cola.
bit.
You know what bitter cola is now?
Let me
That's the
Google it.
okay. Wow. See, okay, you ain't trying to embarrass me. Now you do good. Yes. All you Ajebos. Bitter cola is the one that has like a brown skin, like you peel it, is like white inside. Then
Oh, I
cola
know
nut
bitter
is
cola.
uh,
Efiat is bitter cola.
if yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, what's the one that you're eating? What's Can somebody
It,
tell us what kola nut is
see, so I was right.
in
There are two separate
Ibibio?
words. I know one is
Yeah,
for
they
Coca-Cola,
are.
ones. Yeah.
Kola nut. I
I
know
remember
it's
if yeah,
Fiat,
yeah.
but I don't know. I don't remember the other one. I actually know the name of kola nut in Igbo.
What was it?
Oji.
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 Mm.
Yeah,
Were you
because
planning on marrying an Igbo man at one point? So,
no, I took Igbo in secondary school.
uh, Ulo
Um, you
Akwụkwọ.
you had to pick one of the popular Nigerian languages. So it was between Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba. And yeah, I was too far away from Yoruba land to pick Yoruba or Hausa, so I picked Igbo.
So
If you had, but what does the other one is what kola nuts, right? What is kola nuts in Ibibio?
yeah, the one you
Somebody
can break apart and stuff.
somebody help my co-host out because he doesn't know what kola nuts is in Ibibio, even though that's one of his
No, I
favorite
knew
things
it.
to
I
eat.
once knew it. I've just forgotten. I'm rusty. My BB is embarrassingly rusty.
One day we're gonna have a full show in Ibibio only.
Well, and I will not be the co-host for that episode, so we will see.
Who would you hand over your job to?
I don't know. God will provide. Ebon.
Eh, Pronounce it
Uh,
again.
I,
I'm not gonna help you. Oh, pronounce it again.
Efia, I'm not pronouncing it. I feel like it didn't even come out right when I said it, so you have to say it
I
then.
know I can't even say it because I'm like I'm trying to remember the way it's said, the way it's pronounced.
Is it Ebon?
I know abong is mosquito, so I know
Yes, I
it's
know
not.
Abong. Yes, yes, I know Abong.
Ibon. I don't know what my cousin is writing, but I think his Ibibia is also rusty.
Blind leading the blind here.
Okay, well let's move on.
Yes,
So you
let's
love
move on.
kola nuts, yeah, because
Yes. So
Auntie
okay, I'm
Helen,
continuing the story.
thank
So
you.
yes, my auntie was with us, and the next thing I think it was the first explosion that went off because this was like towards like late afternoon.
Hmm.
We're living at this point. So when we first moved to Lagos, we're staying in uh like right behind the federal military cantonment where the bombs went off. We like
Uh-huh.
our compound was like behind. So we stayed there for like 2 3 years. Then we moved to like Allen Avenue.
Hmm.
So while we're there, that's when it happened. So when the first blast went off, and I think it was on the second one, that's when we upstairs, like we could feel like the ground, like the building shake. So my
Hmm.
auntie was obviously concerned. So and NEPA had taken lights, so kids were not even on TV to distract us or anything. So we
Yeah.
went downstairs. My auntie was now talking with the people in the compound, like, what's going on? What's going They're like, we don't know. It sounds like there's war. Like maybe they've gone to war has started, or something like that. So we just go, and then the bomb blast just kept going off. So, and then another one, and at that point, like the gates started shaking, with the padlock and it started shaking and stuff. So my auntie was just so confused, and nobody knew what this like pre-social media, WhatsApp, all that.
Hmm.
We just didn't know. We just apparently we thought it was the military, and our rumor because again, context now, this Nigeria that had just entered civilian rule after how many years of military rule, people really thought that the military was like it was a coup happening that the military
Hmm.
was taking over. Wasn't until the next day that the newspaper and so that when you started reading, oh, that it was from the cantonment, the story started making more sense. Yeah, it was from the cantonment. Then I think my dad called and was like, yeah, him too, he's hearing also the bombs were going off in the cantonment. And so we also heard that people like ran into the lagoon in Lagos and drowned because lagoon was covered by grass and people are just panicking in Nigeria. Somebody runs, everybody runs, and when you're running into something that's covered by grass, you don't even know that it's water and people can't swim.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Wow.
And then
That's
after that,
wild.
it destroyed like our school. We're going to CTC at that point. The classrooms, a lot of classrooms were like destroyed by it. So school was off for a while because they had to remodel. And then
Yeah.
my mom was like, "Oh yeah, let's go to Akwa Ibom, And if people like
That was the
enjoy going to Aqua Ibom for
reason.
holidays, like, we can go, just for a month or two. Then we'll come back to
Hmm.
resume school. And in my head, I'm like, a month or two of vacation at Akwa Ibom, say less. I'm in. And then we
You
went there and
thought you
never
were
came
gonna
back to
come back.
Lagos.
In your mind, you were like, we'll come back to Lagos. Let
We
me go
never
play
came
with the
back.
goats.
That was
You
it.
never came back.
I mean, I came back but for boarding school, but not to live. That was
Yeah.
it.
Wow. No, because that is, and the reason I bring the whole bomb blast thing up is because you and I talked like a bit, behind the scenes, and you mentioned that. So I wanted you to just talk a bit more of having that experience. Do you think, I don't even know, like, like, so many tragic things happen in Nigeria that I was going to ask, do you think that sort of affected you as a child, like outside of stopping school? Did it affect anything else?
Honestly,
Like you,
no. Because luckily, if we, it would definitely have been different if we're still living there behind the cantonment. That would have
absolutely.
definitely been, well, God forbid, I
Yeah,
don't even know how that would have felt
yeah.
experiencing that. But just I think I was just far away enough to be like, you can feel the explosions, the shock waves,
Hmm.
all that, but
Yeah.
I didn't really know anybody that, passed away or anything. And it was just, I was just a child. Just, yeah, I can't go to school. Okay, I'm happy. I can't, I'm going to be at home. I thought I'll watch TV
Yeah.
one. I would just have to go to Akwa Ibom for a bit. I get to see my cousins. Win, win,
Yeah.
win. Yeah.
Wow. 2001, that's when the bombing, right? That's when it happened. 2001, I was living carefree in Ibiana. I wasn't thinking about no bombing. I don't think we heard about it. Maybe my parents, they must have read it in the news, and I'm
Mhm.
sure the adults were talking about it. But as a child, honestly, that wasn't even part of something I had to even deal with or think about. So that's bizarre that in the short 4 years of staying in Lagos as a child, you got to experience the bomb blast. Welcome to Lagos, huh?
I know, I know, I know. That was it for Lagos. Then we came to you. And then when I realized, oh, we're actually moving here, oh, I was annoyed. Because like, oh, yeah, my friends, everything. Like, what? I have to, like, start making new friends. Yeah. Then my mom was like, oh,
What
yeah,
is it
well,
with what is it with making new friends that annoy kids?
because children already, their lives are short. So everything feels a lot to them. If you've only been on this world for like 5 years, like, bro, 3 weeks, 2 months is a lot to you. Like, it's a day is a
That's
lot.
true.
So
That's
you
true,
just
but
you just
I
made
can't.
friends and you're like, what? I'm already losing them. Like, are you seeing? They don't have that much life. It's different from
Mm,
adults. You've probably moved a lot as an adult or whatever.
yeah,
So you process it different. But a child is like, the world is ending. You're like, what? Like, and to me, like, I won't lie. I always associated like Aquarium was, Aquarium is very relaxed and slow. So
it
it was like
is.
the whole of I was like, I'm away from civilization where even though I'm a kid, I'm like, it's not bustling like Lagos, like because in Lagos, we just before we moved, a pizza place just opened by just opened. And my dad started like, I tried pizza for the first time that year. I was like, bro, I'm not going to eat pizza anymore. Which pizza are you going to eat in New York?
Which
What?
pizza place?
No, it's nothing. There was this Suya spot my dad used to also go to buy Suya for. I still remember University of Suya. I don't know where it is in Lagos, if it even still exists. We used to
Oh
buy
God.
Suya and stuff. I was like, I'm not going to eat Suya again. Like, because I live in Akwa Ibom now. I'm going to say goodbye to Suya. So those were the things I was just thinking of when we moved back.
Yeah, that is funny. Um, I'm thinking honestly, I must have been a really awkward or weird child because honestly did not mind. Like I would up and leave and we would move somewhere new and life started all over again. For me it was adventure. It was big old adventures. We're going to explore this new city and now we have to find out where to do their shopping and where they do all this, like where they go to church and all like this. And how that has transitioned into my adult life as I've moved a lot has really been helpful. Just not being too sentimental. I sort of just keep everybody in my heart and keep it moving.
Hmm.
So that's that's funny that you actually were thinking of losing your friends.
Which is
I
funny because
wasn't. I
I
never
haven't
do.
spoken to any of my primary. I randomly ran into like somebody from my primary school in Dallas. This was like 4 years ago, five
Wow.
years ago, and
And you recognize the person.
who one thing I never forget. I don't forget faces, like people's
Wow.
faces, and fortunately, like he still has like his childhood,
The
like he
same
hasn't really
face.
the same face. And
Yeah.
oh, he another reason why I knew it had to be him. The face was familiar, but it was the name. He has a Cameroonian name because his mom is
Okay.
Cameroonian, his dad is Nigerian. I've never
Mm.
heard any Nigerian have that name. So it's such a distinct name. So when I went to the
Okay.
church, after the church, they're having youth together,
Yeah.
and somebody said his name. And I was like, it has to be him. No, it definitely. So I walked up to it. It was random. So that was my first time at that church. I was like, hey,
Yeah.
this is going to be super random, but humor me. Did you go to CTC primary school in Nigeria? And he had this look like, wait,
Like,
what?
who
Yes,
are
like
you?
I did. Like I was like,
Wow.
bro, again, this is even more random, but I think we're in the same class in like primary 3 or primary 2,
Wow.
one of them. And I remember, and he was like, no. I was like, you know what? Just for it. I messaged my mom because my mom keeps all our high school photos, all our primary school photos and everything. I was like, mom, please go find my CTC photos and send it to me. I'm going to share. So it was like 2 days later, my mom was like, okay. 2 days later, my mom sent it over and I sent it. He was there just like I ran. I sent it and he was like, he was mind blown
Wow.
by it. But yeah.
Wow. That's wow. I like when things like that happen where you meet your long time classmates. I'm only saying that I can relate just a little bit because so last no, I think it's this year. I had the opportunity to visit the UN, and when we were there, the person who had invited me and we were having this tour, this senior African man from Ghana, and we're just walking around till my tour is over, and we go downstairs, getting ready to leave. As he's coming back to get me, so we can, all leave the premises and all that. I run into, I think you're paused. Okay, you better stop moving. I run into another set of Africans. It was two Ghanaians and one Nigerian. So I start talking to them because I'm very friendly. I start talking to them and we started talking and I was like, oh, I'm with, this person
Mhm.
brought me, invited me and I'm having a tour, da da da. And we just finished. And he was like, I mentioned the guy's name and he was like, this elderly man, Ghanaian man. He's like, he mentioned the name, and I was like, yeah, that's him. And he mentioned the person's surname, and I was like, yeah, that's him. And he looked at me as if I had done something wrong. I was like, is everything okay? And he said, I think you just met my high school classmates. I mean, these are people in probably their 60s that
Really?
I had found a way to reconnect. So I went outside, I called the person who had invited me, and I said to him, I think, he was like, let's go, let's go. And I said, no, 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 I think I just found your classmates. And he said to me, Ivy, stop playing. I remember because he thought I was,
Yeah,
he
you're
was
messing
prank.
with him.
Yeah.
Because
And
what
I
are the
said,
odds?
exactly. And I'm Nigerian. These people are Ghanaians. What do you mean you found
Yeah,
your
what do you mean you found my
classmates?
classmates?
So I keep insisting, and I start to sort of pull him towards the library, the bookstore where we were. And he's like very hesitant, but he comes in. As soon as they see each other, I kid you not, this other Ghanaian man was with his son. That was the other Ghanaian guy with him, and his their friend, a Nigerian kid.
Hmm.
Like as soon as these two men saw each other, it was like I can only remember it mentally, and I'm so glad I was there. They completely forgot about us. Like it was like we did not even exist. They just went into deep gists about high school and how they used to sit next to each other and talking about these teachers and they were just laughing and just it was actually awesome. It was awesome. So I can imagine the feeling of running into your primary school classmates. That's yeah. Anyway, that's fun. I just wanted to share that. So thanks for sharing too.
Yeah.
All right, whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Is it my turn? Okay.
Okay, this breath before the question. Don't get it's like, okay, we've gotten through all the easy ones. This is the haymaker now. Let me
I want to ask, this one is a bit related to you as an adult now, but
yes.
also I want us to tie it back to when you were a kid.
Okay.
Your hair, locks, an African parent. We know,
Yes.
we all know this story, especially, staunch Christians,
Hmm.
African, like Nigerian parents. When you were a child,
Hmm.
how did you feel about locks? Like, did you ever think this would be you today, wearing locks?
No.
Being all nerdy and wearing locks and sitting here, did you think
No.
that?
Nah, it's usual that you associate locks with like homeless people or like people that are insane or
Mentally?
anything mentally unwell, and you just dirty too because you say, hey, if you don't wash your hair or anything, that's when it locks. Which funny you mentioned that. I was talking to my friend like I think 2 3 days ago. I was like, the irony, man. Like if people know the maintenance that goes into maintaining locks,
That's my
like
manager. He said definitely no.
yes, like it's it's a lot that goes into maintaining. First of all, like making sure like your scalp is healthy, your hair is healthy, all that. So I was just like the irony that in Nigeria we're always associating it with being dirty, mentally
Yeah.
unwell,
It takes
homeless.
a lot
It's
of time to
crazy.
grow locks. Like it takes a lot of patience.
Yeah,
Because
this is like
like
almost 2 years now, and it's just
wow.
yeah.
Anyway, I was just saying it's beautiful. That was my way of
Oh,
segueing into
thank
saying
you, thank
beautiful
you,
locks.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
This hair is all from my mom, so it's my mom's. My mom has really soft hair, and all the kids, we all got her hair, and yeah.
Lucky. I'm not sure whose hair I got. I mean, I don't think my dad's side. I don't think they have a lot of hair, but I could be wrong. My cousins have they have volumes of hair, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just did not. But I'm glad. I think I got my mom's side of the hair too. So they have
I
long
think
hair.
I think even my beard might be my mom's side because I don't remember. My dad doesn't wear a beard. He probably shaves a lot, but at least the ones with beards I've seen on my mom, like my mom's brothers. When you see their old pictures, you go, oh, like they had
Mm,
full, beards and everything. So I don't know. It could
yeah,
be my dad's side probably too. I don't know. We'll see. I'll
yeah.
ask.
I don't know. I just the only thing I know to blame men for is that like if in a family you want to have a boy, it's up to the
Yes,
man, and if you
hundred
want to have
percent.
a son, that's the only thing for a fact that I know. I can blame a
Yes.
man or woman for. I don't know about hair. I don't know who. Yeah, I don't know about.
Height too. Like if you're both short, there's not a lot of
Well,
hope for your
yeah,
kids.
true.
I've Okay, so I don't know how true this is. I've heard that like boys are usually never shorter than their moms. So from your wife's height, you at least have a baseline for the smallest your son can be. So if you marry a tall woman and she's like, oh, 5'9", 5'10", you be like, okay, my son probably won't be shorter than 5'10" or 5'9", or I don't know how true that is.
Don't
It's
scare me
someone that said it to me. So yes.
because I'm pretty petite myself.
You're gonna
So
have some petite sons.
uh,
If your husband
shut
is not
up,
tall, you're
take
gonna
it
have some
back.
very petite sons.
So now I have to go back and check,
Exactly. Now that's
check,
homework now.
and be like, heights. All of you, please submit your heights. I need
Yes.
to
Be like,
know.
okay, family history. How many of your uncles are tall? Because I want
I
to
need to
know.
see pictures. I need to see evidence. I don't just want to hear that. Oh, my grandmother. I need to see.
I mean, there's time
So
for that. Don't freak out. Yeah, it's not from your son looking at you eye to eye. What's wrong with that?
eye to eye. You're not my what?
What are you? What?
No.
5'2", 5'1"?
5'1". I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight. I am nearly. I claim 5'4", although like I might be 5'3" and some change,
What do
but
you
I
call
claim
short
five
people in
four.
Idibia again? Is it if no Ifu is lazy, right?
If he's lazy, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
tell you that you are. I'm not gonna call you Ikpon because that's
Oh,
what you want to.
Ipon, yes.
That's what you want to call me,
That's the
and
word. I was waiting.
I'm not. I am not an Ikpon. Never been. Never
It's a
will
big one.
be.
It's okay. Don't worry about that.
Oh goodness. Um,
But
and
yeah,
you say your EDB is rusty. Rusty. Hmm.
it's
But
it's, it's
but
worse
you
than
remember
rusty.
Ikpon, but
It
it's rusty.
I remember fight. My cousin used to try to insult me with that, and I would want to fight him, but my cousin was like twice my size when I was growing, so I couldn't even fight him too. Shout out to my cousin,
Yeah,
man.
no, I remember. I remember, and my mom might kill me over this. She won't, but I just remember like my mom had this really short colleague, at work. And she, one day, I don't know what he did to her or said to her, must have pissed my mom off. My mom was like telling us the story, and she got back home, da, da, da. And then she's like, she's being serious. She's not making fun of this man. She's just describing him the way she truly. She's like, yeah, the Lily poops, like like a short poops.
Not really cool. Why do
I was like,
Nigerians have the most creative ways to like insult people?
listen,
Like
my mom is my hero when it comes
another
to
one I love
when it
is
comes to
when
calling
Nigerians.
people. My mom, I love her. She will call you what you really
Another
are.
insult I love is when Nigerians would say that that person is brief, just to say they are short. It's like
I've
why though?
never heard
Like
that
you never
before.
heard that? That one is funny. It'll be like bro, like you're
How can
just
you call somebody
he's
brief?
brief. Like yes, they are brief, and I'm yeah. Nigerians were very
Huh?
that Lilliput one is that's a very
No, I
Nigerian insult.
mean,
She's
yeah,
correct
like,
though, but it's
I
genuinely
mean,
funny.
yeah, like short boots, you know. Vertically
Vertically
disadvantaged.
disadvantaged.
Now your sister don't come.
Or they'll say you're portable if you're portable. I can just carry you and run.
Is that why his name is Portable? Is that
No,
why?
I don't think so. Maybe why, but he seems he's a troublemaker, so I don't even
But
know.
he's like really, it's really
Is it tiny?
tiny.
I've only listened to one of his songs, and it's the Apostle song because I really love
The
that
only
song. The
song of
song is
his that
funny
I
to me.
listened to was Azaman or something. That
Okay,
song
nah.
is just
Oh,
funny.
Azaman
It's
is
like,
good,
yes, it's
but
just funny for some reason.
the Apostle one too is funny too.
Yeah,
The Apostle song is funny, yeah.
he's
That could be why they call him
entertaining.
portable.
That's probably why. Anyway,
So now, maybe I'm
yeah,
calling you portable too from now on, since you two are small like him. So we'll
for taking,
just
I'll be calling you one. Continue.
Ikpon
I'll
is
be.
that's escalating things.
Oh, really? But you want to
Ikpon
call me
is
Portable? When you
so
want to, you can't. You're my
you can't even
co-host.
joke and call
You
somebody
can't.
Ikpon. Ikpon is like
Actually,
legit
you
a
can't.
fighting
Yeah,
word.
exactly. That's
You
what
see?
I'm telling you. Where Portable is on my list.
But portable is
I'm gonna
no
find
portable is
you.
cute. Like portable is
For
like,
who?
I can just, put you in my pocket or like in the
No,
boot of my car. Like it's
no,
just
no, no,
okay. All right,
no,
fine.
no.
Ikpon is
I do not.
wild, man.
Ipon is
This
wild.
Ikpon
I
is
don't know.
very wild.
Sometimes I think about our language. I think about the video, and I'm like, who, how, when did they come up with this name? Who sat down and said, hmm, Ipon, that's what's gonna be? Who? Which people?
And
I
I
don't
already told you
know.
my favorite video insult is Unamiko. Like nothing tops Unamiko.
That was my
Unamiko is I
grandfather.
don't care
That was
what
my
I'm
grandfather's
doing,
favorite insult.
what context if I hear somebody being called Unamiko, I'm laughing immediately because I'm like, okay, and I'm turning around because there's drama. Somebody's about to start fighting or like it's about to get very good. So yes, I love
It's one of the
Unamiko.
first insults I heard.
Whew, Unamiko is so
I don't know what the person did.
just even talking about it makes me laugh. I
I don't know what
love
the person did, but I remember my grandfather's tone of voice when he turned around. The person was just like, the person turned around and was walking away. My cousin said, possibly is not cute.
That's what I was like, yeah. When you said is it well, like possible, like you listen to it, possible is not cute. Too.
But
Fine,
this
you
person
fight you
turned
for calling him
around.
cute.
This person turned around, and my grandfather said, "Oh my God!" I turned to my mom, and she looked at us. She was like, "I said, you don't say that word. That's a bad word." Like I remember on our yeah, she would explain to us, you
Bonbo.
can't repeat what you can't repeat what your grandfather just said because it's an insult. But yeah, I heard Unami cut first from my
Oh yeah.
grandfather, and I was like, that one entered
I can't remember the first
because
time I heard Unamiko, but I remember like our fine arts teacher in primary school got fired because I think he was in the fine arts lab. This other teacher
mhm,
was trying to sweep. I don't know what. Maybe he didn't want to move his legs, or she was sweeping the dust on him. All I heard was
mhm.
her telling him to move, and he wasn't moving. There, you can hear tussle like people tussle like he's pushing her out. Then you can hear her shout, "Miss man," you know. At Namikot, and I just started laughing in class because we having, and I covered my head. I just started laughing. Because and after that, the guy got fired. So I don't know. I'm sure
Yeah.
she
The
was
worst thing
justified
you
in
can
calling
do,
Munamiko.
the worst thing you can do in Akwa Ibom, the worst thing you can do in Akwa Ibom is to sweep while an elderly person's legs
Ooh.
are on the
Oh, they are going to
floor.
smack you. They are going to smack you. Especially when the dog starts touching them, they are definitely going to smack you.
Because they refuse to get up. Now, like you have to beg them, almost like, okay, oh
Yes.
God, please,
And yeah,
I want
Uncle,
to,
please, yes,
I
move,
want to
yeah.
sweep. Like,
Mm-hmm.
are you not
Mm-hmm.
seeing? I'm trying to sweep this
Mm-hmm.
area that you're sitting down to
Mm-hmm.
enjoy. And then if you now tell them to raise their legs and you sweep on that, it's also an insult. If you sweep on them, it's an insult. Get up, it's an oh God, wait till you want.
They'll get up and tell you for song is it. A song
Eh,
is it.
no, Akwa Ibomites are too dramatic. Like
I
it's
can't wait to
there's
be old
some
to say that to my kids. For song is it. Like
why
I
no.
practice it sometimes in front of the
I
mirror.
think there are some things we should just abolish, and that's one of them. Like if you see somebody sweeping, common sense should tell you to get up, whether you're an elderly person or not. Just get up from that room. Somebody's trying to do a chore. I think we should abolish that whole thing of an elderly person is sitting here, so you can't sweep. Oh my goodness, who are you? Like
Oh,
it's
let me tell you a
ridiculous.
prank I played on my cousin was. So my cousin, he came to visit and I just started copying him. I was doing that annoying kid thing of like I'll copy whatever he does.
Oh my
So he's
god.
now doing stuff thinking I won't copy him. He's escalating things, right?
Yeah.
So we had this gates man that was there. He's older man. He would just come sit down and just be minding his business.
Mhm.
Quiet. He doesn't talk. So my cousin went. I've been copying him now for a while, and he's obviously annoyed by it, but he's also trying to see what's the limit to me stopping. So he goes, he dances in front of the man. Me, I didn't answer. I went and danced in front of him. The man to just be like, he didn't see us. He's ignoring us. That's why my
Yeah.
cousin went and went to go pat his head.
Oh no, no. Did you wait? Question before you continue. Did the man know that you two were in some sort of sick game?
No.
Okay,
Because
continue.
he wasn't paying any attention. He's just
Yeah,
minding
yeah,
his business.
yeah.
And my cousin pats his head,
I'm
and this guy
prepared for what he did next.
explode. Obviously, me, I know better not to pat. I didn't even trigger near him to. My cousin just set himself up. He just got. I started shouting. Like, what you are for so who do you think you are? I have
An
kids
elderly
now.
person to put your hand on. I don't care if you're my child. You don't do that.
Oh, me, after this, I just laughed and ran inside the house and I was laughing from the window.
You're horrible.
Oh,
But wait,
yeah. I
I'm
told you I used
sorry.
to cause trouble a lot.
Where's your cousin now?
Oh, he's in Nigeria, my cousin. When we still talk from time to time. That was my partner in crime. Well, it was mostly me, him getting
You
into
don't.
trouble, and me laughing at the
You
side.
don't like. I'm sorry. Now, two things you don't do.
Mm-hmm.
You don't pat an elderly person on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Are you mad?
I
No.
don't know why
First
he
of all,
did that.
you
Because even me, I
don't.
was like, this is a bad. Why are you patting his head, bro? He
I don't
like
care if that elderly person is a mute.
he
You don't.
went
They
off.
will.
Like he shouted nonstop for an hour. Then he quit his shift and left. No,
Yeah.
I think he was still shouting. My mom came back about it,
And that's
and
just
then he
wait.
left.
That's that man actually left. He quit and left. But there are some people who actually think there's a spiritual meaning to it.
Oh,
Imagine that he had suspected your cousin was a witch.
oof, yeah, that would have been oof. No, 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 no. But I think he also knew my cousin was being dumb because he is that how thing we've been playing around copy. It's just a
Mhm.
kid being dumb, but
Yeah.
he obviously he started shouting. How old were we
Wow.
then? This was primary school, so I was probably 9, and
Mm.
my cousin was 10. So,
Oh, your cousin was older, so he knew better.
oh yeah, I mean he knew better, but that.
I would have laughed too because you know
The way I laughed there. Ooh, but he got in trouble. Like, cause after the
better.
man yelled, my mom yelled at him. He went home. They
Yeah.
definitely probably yelled at him and all that. Then I think he came back to visit the next week or 2 weeks, and he was looking at me like, we started laughing about it, and he was like, I set him up. I was like, I didn't tell you to touch his head. I was just copying you, but
Do you know how annoying that thing is? Copying. Like if somebody were to copy me, I don't care. My reflex will punch you in the teeth. Don't. Just don't. Because I will elbow you.
you better get
Like,
right. When you have kids, they go. Kids love to push. If your
oh
children
no.
find out,
I didn't do that to my mom, so you will not kill me. Did I kill my mom? No, you will
you see
not.
how the cycle repeats. I'm sure your mom at one point told you that too. That I didn't
At
do that
one
to my mom.
point,
You're not going to
no,
do that
she
to me.
told me every day of my life I did not
Mhm.
kill my mother and he would think on me. Udumwood.
So yeah, the cycle this thing always. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to be. I will be that dad with my kids. I cannot wait.
Really?
Yep.
Wait, you what were you I mean, what were the
I'll be
things that
telling them I was
dad.
crossing streams to go to school and stuff. So if you would have any
Ooh,
issues.
that one. Like, okay, this one I know for a fact because I actually saw my dad's results. Like,
Mhm.
he actually used to take first, so he wasn't one of those
Oh,
people that lied about it. But I know all of my teachers, even the ones that, as a young person, I knew this one was dumb. This one was just coming to earn salary, like anti stuff. They'll be like, "Ooh, I used to take first three back
no,
when."
everybody's parents was taking first. So like, who was that? Who
Back
was the
when it
last in the
like
class?
yeah,
They'll be
back
lying.
when it was three people in the class. Okay, you took congrats. I'm happy for you.
When
So
I met
yeah,
my dad's classmate, first thing he was like, "Don't be troublesome like your father. Your father was very troublesome."
who said that? Who
My
said that?
dad's classmate, and in my
Oh
head, I'm like, "Yeah, that's too late, bro. It's too late. It's too late for that."
no, I was very nerdy. I think I suspect my dad was very nerdy. 'Cause I'm very nerdy too, but I think also my mom. My mom, she was. I don't think she was that nerdy. She was like, she was a hot, sexy one. So I'm trying to be like my mom and my dad. Be nerdy.
And be hot and sexy too. Keep it hot and sexy. I see. Best of both
Period.
worlds. Best of both worlds.
Okay, well, we've come to the end of today's session.
This hour ran by so
I
fast.
know. I just looked at the time and I was like, oh, it's already past 1 hour. Well, we had so much fun
We
talking
did.
about
We did.
growing up in Lagos for you and for me growing up in Akwa Ibom. Today we stopped at, I think we stopped at age 9, 10. Like that's where we stopped. I would love for us to continue talking about this later this month
Hmm.
or next month. I think we're already running out. Yeah,
Yeah, this
next
month
month.
is over already. Next month.
Yeah, next month. So we'll continue talking about what life was for us growing up in Nigeria, and we will be talking about high school. So we'll be talking about secondary school, going into junior secondary school, and going to senior secondary school. How that was. I have a lot to share
I
about
was
that
boring in
part.
senior
Like
secondary school. Senior secondary school, I was just in my books and that's it.
I
Literally.
don't know what I was, but I think I was both nerdy, like reading my books, and also getting in trouble because of my friend. No, with my friends, like, and there are some things I don't want to share because I know my mom will be watching, and she'll be like, "Ah, avoid
Ah,
pa,
boy,
what did
pa.
avoid pa?
Don't
What
worry,
did you do?"
she cannot get you. You're far away. She can't get
I
you. She can
mean,
only call you on the phone
my
and
mom can get me
question you.
anywhere she can get me. Like
Question
that,
you.
that mom only she'll be like, "Hello," she'll call my name, and I'll be like, "I'm so sorry, mommy. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to say
But when she
this."
calls your name, she call you ID or your full name.
If depends on what she's about to say next. If it's good, she'll call my pet name and like, oh, I hope you're fine and all that. If it's bad, she'll call my full name just to make sure I remember.
Why
Idisimi
is that a thing?
Sunday.
I think it's moms that love. Why do moms love calling us by our full names when we're in trouble?
So that you pay full attention. Like if my mom calls my government name, you better listen.
Yeah, my mom
Just
calls
listen.
me all three names, like
That's what I'm
out, and I'm
saying.
like, that's why I already get triggered. I'm just yeah. When
Yeah.
I'm married, I'm going to tell my wife, please don't call me by my full names because then I'm going to think yeah, it's triggering. I don't want to. No, 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 no,
Or you're trying to make a baby, she's like, Anthony, you say,
no.
lady, woman, don't.
No.
Do not.
Because now I think I'm in trouble. I'm like, okay, what? No, I'm
Exactly. You're like,
triggered.
I'm
No,
so
no, 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 no,
sorry.
no, 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 no.
She's like, Okay, we're trying to keep this PG, so
You see, you can't help
PG.
yourself. You can't help it. And don't encourage me because you know once I start, it's like we just scatter this. So might as
So we're
well.
trying to keep it PG. Okay. But yeah, we've come to the end of our session today. Thank you guys so much for hanging with us and for laughing with us and commenting. It's been really fun. And we will be back next week, Sunday. So please join us. I think what we are doing here is I come on with my co-host every other Sunday, and then I try to have um, a guest um, come on the show as well and talk about what they're doing, what projects they're working on, and just what are the ways that they're giving back to Nigeria, whether it's through business or through nonprofits. So please come back and hang out with us next week. And I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a productive week. And I hope that you stay positive throughout the week. Do you have anything to say to our viewers?
No,
No.
I had a blast coming on. Can't wait to continue this one in 2 weeks. So yeah,
Yes. Yes. And I look forward to it as well. It's always fun chatting with you.
I know. Thank you. You're welcome. So
You know,
you're
that's
welcome.
so arrogant. You're not coming back here again. Bye. What do you mean, you know? Like,
I
what?
know, like that's why I came on here. So I'm just doing you a favor. Like I
I
knew it'd
like
be
it.
good.
I
I knew
like
it'd be
it.
fun, be entertaining. Oh, see, my sister
Yes.
like you would like to join someday. No favor.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you come and
Yes.
expose me?
Please.
No, no,
After she has signed the
no.
NDA,
Yes, after she signed the NDA, yes.
she can come on. But really, it was so much fun. And yeah, in 2 weeks we will be exploring growing up. No, going to secondary school in Nigeria. What that looks like. I went to Federal Government Girls College, Economy Town, always representing. I don't know what schools you went to, but
Okay,
we'll
first
talk
of
about
all,
that.
I went to Faith Academy and I went to Graceland High School. So no, please put some respect on my name, please.
I know. And in 2 weeks, we will talk about that.
Yes.
All the things and nerdy things you did while you were in school. We will talk about that. The
Oh,
guy you're
divine.
being.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. Stop giving him compliments. Bye. I will
Yes, no,
see
keep
you
the
next
compliments
week.
coming, please. You see, this is why I said you're welcome for me coming on here. See, the people love me.
Yeah, Favor says we need a group interview.
No favor, please. I'm not putting you. We're not putting you on. No,
I really do need to have Favor on here at some point. So
favor is a blast. Favor is amazing.
we'll
Favor
make
is
that
going to
happen.
expose me too much, and that's why I don't want her on here. So,
Well, first of all, we're not going to talk about you. You're not that important.
oh,
Like
oh,
we're not
favor,
gonna
by the way, favor is a doctor in training, by the way, so she'll be very amazing for
really
you to talk to. Yes,
awesome.
yes.
That'll be good. What is she training? Favor, what is his specialty? What are you
I think
specializing
favor you
in?
want to do pediatrics, right? Because I know you like kids. Is it pediatrics or it's either
So,
pediatrics or
so because she likes kids,
obstetrics?
she wants to cut them open.
I know she either wants to be a pediatrician or an obstetrician or slash
Hmm,
gynecologist. One of them two. We'll see.
she'll tell us.
She's about to
But
expose how good of a brother I am when she drops it and I'm wrong.
oh, nice, nice, nice.
So what
Okay,
specialty are you
so
trying to do?
general surgery.
Okay,
Okay,
so I'm a bad brother. I'm wrong. I don't listen to my sister.
he not there. Listen.
Pediatric surgery. Yes, I knew it was pediatrics in it. Yes.
Okay, sweet, sweet, sweet. I would love to have you on so we can talk about because I think there is definitely a lot that we can talk about, like in terms of how medicine is practiced in Nigeria and how medicine is practiced in other places that we've seen. So that'll be fun to talk about that. Um, so yeah, thank you, Favor. Hmm.
We'll be rounding this off for 30 minutes. I know you love talking to me and you don't want to stop talking to me because,
I like hearing my voice. Shut
I
up.
don't think it's
Okay.
your voice. It's talking to me. So I'm just letting you know we'll be rounding off for 13 minutes now.
All
So.
right, bye guys. Bye. This is the final bye. Come back next week. It will be fun. And come with your drink and your popcorn.
Yes, come with your drink and popcorn.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.